Most business owners share their wins, their awards, their new product launches, but rarely do they actually share the challenges on the way to those wins. So I'd like to share a scary story with you. I'm Shavir and I'm one of the co-founders of Livespace. We are a sales growth agency and we've worked with more than 100 businesses. So in this video, I'm going to share some of our learnings with the hope that it can help your business too. A few months ago, we worked with a business. On paper, they were a massive success. They were moving in high volumes of stock, but they had a weakness. They relied on a national retailer. And in actual fact, this retailer was responsible for about 80% of their revenue. The owner felt safe. He thought, I made it and I'm in the big leagues. But then one morning, everything changed. The retailer decided to launch their own in-house brand. A similar product that was cheaper and placed right next to their product on the shelves. Overnight, his sales dropped. 3 months later, that channel went from about 80% to about 20-25%. He nearly lost everything. So now you might be thinking, I don't sell to retailers, so I'm safe. But are you really? If you depend on Instagram, and if 80% of your leads or sales come from Instagram, you're in the same boat because one algorithm shift and literally your leads or sales are cut. If you rely on referrals and your network goes dry, you're in the same boat because literally you don't have that channel feeding you leads, and that's through referrals. So the lesson is simple. If you don't own the channel, you don't own the business. In this episode, I'm going to walk you through the 4 sales channels every business owner needs to know in order to survive in 2026. This is how you move from renting your business to owning it. So before we jump in, there's 2 types of traffic. Traffic that you own and traffic that you rent. With traffic that you rent, think of social media. Mark Zuckerberg is your landlord. You are just the tenant. You spend hours creating reels and posting with the hopes that he shares it with your followers. But you have no control. If he wants to charge you rent like paid ads, he can. Or if he wants to kick you out, he can ban your account. So that's you renting space on social platforms. Traffic you own is like your database. It's your email list, it's your WhatsApp list, it's your SMS list. When you have a list of 5,000 customers, you are the landlord. You can send a message at 9 o'clock and people see it. You're not governed to anyone. So whatever you want to do, you own that database. The goal in 2026 is to move people off rented land and onto the owned land. So how do you do that? There's 4 channels that we can look at. The first is paid ads. So imagine in the circle in the middle of your database, your email list, your WhatsApp list. This is the asset that you own. This is where your business lives. The first pipe feeding your asset is paid ads. I know ads can be scary. I know it can feel like you're setting your money on fire. And that's because most people run ads to get the sale immediately. They spend $100 or even 1,000 Rand with the hope of getting a stranger to spend 5,000 Rand with you on the first day. So that is the hard part. That's like asking someone to marry you on the first date. It's too fast and it's expensive. Instead, you want to use ads to feed your database. Use your ads to buy data, not the sale. So a couple of things that you can offer is a helpful guide, a discount code, or even a lead magnet to get them onto your WhatsApp list or your email list. Why? Because once they're on your list, you never have to pay Facebook to talk to them again. You own that relationship. Ads are the fuel to fill your tank. The second channel is partnerships. So here, this uses other people's lists. You are borrowing their trust. If you're thinking partnerships are just for big corporates, let's look around. The biggest brands in the world are built on this. Let's look at Nike. They own the running market, but they realized that the runners needed mental focus. So instead of just building their own meditation app, they partnered up with Headspace. Nike got mindfulness content, and Headspace got access to millions of runners. Another example is GoPro and Red Bull. GoPro sells cameras. Red Bull sells energy drinks. They look different, but they share the exact same adrenaline run junkie customer. They co-create content and share the audience constantly. Sobeys is another great example. Before Clicks fully owned them, they partnered up with Clicks Club Card. They had access to women who were already buying those beauty products. They didn't try to find those customers from scratch. It would have been too expensive. So they went where their customers already were. So here's how a small business can do this. We worked with a skincare clinic that was struggling to get access to high-value clients. They stopped trying to sell to everyone. Instead, they asked, who has my ideal client right before they need me? The answer, bridal boutiques. So here, Every woman buying a wedding dress wants that skin for her big day. So what this clinic did was they made a deal with a boutique. Every bride who bought a dress got a physical voucher to a bridal glow assessment. This was valued at about $500 inside her dress bag. In just a month, they got 18 new leads and the cost was zero. But the boutique looked like a hero for giving that gift. And because these were brides, they didn't just buy one facial. They bought 4 to 6 packages. Every partnership you do should have the same goal: get people onto your list. The third channel is search. This is Google and SEO. Now, if you're asking, is it the same as paid ads? Nope. So think about channel 1, social ads. When someone is on Instagram, they're relaxing, they're scrolling. To sell to them, you have to interrupt them. You have to dance, shout, and convince them to stop. You're chasing them. But channel 3, search, is different. When someone goes on Google and types best skincare clinic near me or supplement brand for bloating, they are not just relaxing. They are hunting. They have a problem and they have a credit card. And they're actively looking for a solution right now. You don't have to convince them to want the product. They already want it. You just have to show them why you're the answer to the problem that they're experiencing. But here's the trap. Most businesses work hard to get found on Google. The customer clicks, they land on your website, they browse, and then they leave. Your website has one job: feed the database. You need to put the net on your website to catch these hunters. So you can put a pop-up or a banner that says, join our waitlist or download our free gut health guide. If you let this high-intent traffic leave without getting the details, you're wasting the easiest leads in the world. And that brings us to the fourth and final channel. This is the profit channel. Channel 1, 2, and 3 is about acquisition, getting people into your world. Channel 4 is all about retention, making money from people who are already in your world. This is where a one-machine strategy actually pays. Most businesses wake up on the first of the month with zero, and they start hunting all over again. But if you build an asset like a database, you don't have to start from zero. You have direct access to your customers. This is your WhatsApp broadcast list. This is your email newsletter. Let's say it's the 25th of the month. You're 20,000 Rand short of your targets. You don't have to spend money on ads, which is channel 1. You don't have to wait for SEO to kick in like channel 3. You just have to send one message to your list. Hey VIPs, we have 3 open slots for this bespoke treatment. First come, first serve. All you need to do is respond to this message. And because they know you and there's already trust developed, they trust you and they buy. Zero cost, the speed is instant, and it's 100% profit. If you're not building this channel, you're on a hamster wheel. You're running just to stay in the same place. And if you build this channel, you stop running and you actually start growing. And that's really important, is because you want to be able to own your traffic. You want to be able to allow yourself to own that channel. And we've seen it time and time again. Like, even though we run a lot of paid ads for us and our own clients, but we are building our database. We do have a WhatsApp list. We do have an email list. So whenever we want to get more meetings or we want to fill certain amount of slots in our calendars, we easily just reach out to our network. And that's really important for you to be able to own that database. So I want to leave you with a personal thought. I know what I just showed you might look like a lot of work. You know, building these channels, there's ads, there's partnerships, there's search, and all of these does take time. And I know how busy you are. It's tempting to just keep boosting on Instagram because it feels easy and just continue doing what you're already doing. But remember the story that I told you at the start, where a business lost 50% overnight. And I don't want this to happen to you. So you can't be building your business on someone else's land, rented land. You want to be the landlord. And in order for you to do this, you have to be able to build your database. It makes you sleep much easier at night. I want you to know that whatever Mark Zuckerberg does or whatever the economy does, you have an asset and that asset belongs to you. So here's my challenge for you this week. Don't try to build all 4 channels at once. Just try to focus on one. Stop asking, how do I get more likes? Rather, start asking, how do I get more people onto my list? How do I start owning this traffic? And then if you make that one shift, you start to build an asset of your own. So that's really important, especially as, like I mentioned, heading into 2026. It's going to get more challenging. If you're running paid ads, it's going to be really, really difficult. It's going to get more expensive. So while we are running those paid ads, while we are pushing more content on social media, while we are, sending out our emails to our database, you are also looking at building that database. Like, we've worked with so many clients that have database in upwards of 100,000, and they send emails and all they hear is crickets. Like, they hardly get any sales, anything that's sustainable for them to say, hey, this email list is actually a sales channel. But everything works hand in hand. Like what we discovered in 2025, and as we head towards the end of 2025, is that social media, paid ads, SEO, search is collective. Like, your social media team should be working with your paid ads. It's no more separate. Like, everyone is building a brand, and building a brand means that there's different verticals that marketing needs to fill in, right? Which leads up to sales. So making sure that you're building your database is the most critical element in any business. And what's really important is followers isn't a database. Yes, you have followers and you can post and get X amount of reach, but that doesn't mean that you own that. And, like I mentioned in channel 2, is that Mark Zuckerberg can change that at any time or do an algorithm shift, and literally you lose that channel. So making sure you're trying to give something free, valuable, getting them into your WhatsApp list, getting them into your SMS list, your email list, you start to own that channel. And remember, when you start building that channel, and if you're running paid ads, you can actually upload that list to, as an example, Meta, and you can target those people on paid ads, plus you send emails to them. So what happens is that one channel or that email database, you're able to target them in multiple forms, right? So you can do paid advertising, you can send them WhatsApps, and you can send them emails. So what happens is your conversion starts to increase. Your conversion on your paid ad starts to increase. Your email starts to increase. So what happens is it's a full funnel approach, and it's an omni-channel approach. So you're not just relying on emails to try and get the conversion. You're not just relying on your WhatsApp to get the conversion or on paid ads. You're actually trying to, nurture them and provide value to them, and then ask them for the sale on multiple channels. So that's something that's really important. And if you want to see how we're actually building these channels for our clients, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video.